Hey guys, how's it going? Mr. Mitchell here. In this video we're going to go over 3 worked examples to show you how to do problems involving Newton's laws. Now if you haven't already done so, check out my previous video covering the theory on this topic, and that way you can apply what you learned in that video to this one. So let's get started. Now we're going to recap Newton's laws, but we're going to apply them in the context of space questions. So question 1 here says a space shuttle on Earth has a mass of 1.8 times 10 to the 6 kilograms. The initial acceleration of the shuttle at launch is 5.2 meters per second squared. Part A says to draw a free body diagram of the shuttle at launch. Well, if you were to draw your diagram, it would look something like this. So here's my rocket, here's my upwards force, which we can call the thrust force, F thrust, and we're going to have the downwards force as well acting on the rocket, which we can call the weight. And as the rocket launches vertically, there's no horizontal forces acting on the rocket at this point. So our 2 vertical forces are the thrust force and the weight. And notice how I've drawn the thrust force as a longer force vector than the weight downwards. And that's because at launch we need a larger force upwards than downwards to cause it to move upwards. And we could also label on the acceleration here to say the acceleration is going to be 5.2 meters per second squared upwards. But you don't really need the acceleration there because it's not a force. Part B says to calculate the weight of the shuttle. Well, writing down what we know from the question, we're trying to find the weight W. We know the mass M is 1.8 times 10 to the 6 kilograms from the question, and the gravitational field strength G on Earth is 9.8 newtons per kilogram from the datasheet. So writing down our equation, we have W equals mg. Substituting in the numbers gives 1.8 times 10 to the 6 times 9.8, and if you put that into your calculator, you should get an answer of 1.76 times 10 to the 7 newtons. Lastly, part C says to calculate the thrust force provided by the shuttle's engines. Well, if we look back at our free body diagram, we want to calculate the thrust force here, and we've just worked out the weight downwards. So to find the thrust force, what we want to do is first find the unbalanced force acting on the shuttle, and we can use Newton's second law to do this. So we're trying to find F, the unbalanced force. The mass M is 1.8 times 10 to the 6 kilograms from the question, and the acceleration A was given in the question as 5.2 meters per second squared. So writing down our equation for Newton's second law, we have F equals ma. Substituting in the numbers gives 1.8 times 10 to the 6 times 5.2, and if you put that into your calculator, you should get an answer of 9.36 times 10 to the 6 newtons. And remember, this unbalanced force tells us the difference between the upwards force and the downwards force acting on the rocket. So this is the leftover force that is causing the rocket to move upwards. It's the difference between the 2 vertical forces, also known as the resultant force. So now we know the unbalanced force, we can now determine the thrust force. And we can write this difference in the forces as the unbalanced force F is equal to the thrust force minus the weight. So if we want to find the thrust force, all we need to do is add the weight to both sides. So we end up with F thrust equals the force plus the weight. And if we put the numbers in, we get 9.36 times 10 to the 6 newtons for our unbalanced force that we just calculated, plus 1.76 times 10 to the 7, which was our weight that we calculated in part B. And if you do that in your calculator, you should get an answer of 2.70 times 10 to the 7 newtons. Question 2 says a descent module containing astronauts re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. Its speed is dramatically reduced by 4 parachutes that are used to slow the module's rate of descent. Explain in terms of forces how the parachutes reduce the speed of the module. Well, first of all, we can say that the upward force is increased by the 4 parachutes. This produces an unbalanced force upwards, therefore slowing down the module as it moves downwards. Lastly, question 3 says far out in space, the rocket engine of a space probe is switched on for a short time, causing it to accelerate. When the engine is then switched off, what will happen to the probe? Well, we can say that the probe will continue to move at a constant speed in the same direction since there is no longer an unbalanced force acting on it by Newton's first law. So remember, Newton's first law gets at the idea of balanced forces means constant speed. And when the probe's engine is switched off, there's no longer an unbalanced force, so we therefore have balanced forces, meaning a constant speed. And it will also move in the same direction in a straight line since there's no unbalanced force acting on it. That's all for this video, folks. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.